This is John for the Everyday Fan Sport. Today, I have the pleasure of being on the beat with Steve Ahrendt, but we're not talking wrestling. We're talking roller derby, Chicago Knockouts roller derby. How are you, Steve?
Oh my! Now you're cooking with gasoline there, Johngy. The knockouts, man. You want to talk knockouts? I'll talk knockouts. I can talk knockouts for a week.
Well, we probably can't do a week because I don't know if YouTube will let us run that long, but still,
That's fair.
we're going to try it though. How did you get involved in roller derby?
You know, they say that great experiences and the things you're meant to do sometimes find you accidentally. And it was a situation where let's see, this was last year, I think. I got brought into Crash Tested Wrestling, and I was there to do commentary. And I had been social media friends with one of the infamous roller derby young ladies for a while, but I had never met her in person. And at the time, she was dating one of the wrestlers that was performing at Crash Tested Wrestling. So I'm on commentary, and I see her in the crowd, and I say, "My God, Cactus Rack is here." And the crowd popped. And I'm like, whoa, Cactus has a reputation. She's renowned. So long story short, I developed a relationship with Cactus Rack, the lovely and talented Rachel, who you see on the Power Hour weekly now. You know a good thing when you see it, and you bring people in that make you better. And she certainly does that. So over the months of time, she would come to shows and we would get to talk. She did commentary with me. And at one point she said, "Hey, I think maybe you should come out and check out roller derby." And I'm like, well, I've never really watched it short of the episodes on the Bionic Woman and Wonder Woman and the $6 Million Man. And there was a roller derby episode in Psych. And then I saw the movie Whip It. Those were the only experience with derby. I mean, I thought it was cool, but I never really gave it much thought other than the fact that I saw it on TV. So I go to one of their practices and I meet the lady that runs it. And just being in her presence and listening to her talk, and when she said, "Would you like to do commentary?" I couldn't help myself but say yes. Now, I had to cancel some wrestling bookings to do this. But it's one of those things that I was so fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. Now I can't imagine my world without it. It's exciting. It's fast paced. It's hard hitting. And they are amazing people, from the refs to the people that are in charge of the sound, and it's an amazing experience, John. And it happened to me, very organically, and I can't thank Cactus enough for coming in my path and putting me in the way of Crimson Vixen and her amazing product.
Well, now obviously you are a legend in the broadcasting business of wrestling.
Oh, I think you're throwing legend around a little too loosely. I don't know exactly how many folks think I'm a legend.
Well, I'll call you a legend.
I appreciate that.
But
by the way, I'm repping the Johngy beat here,
and we appreciate that.
I can't angle this right. I am having complete non-success. Anyway, you have to believe me. That's you on my shirt tonight.
The check's in the mail, my friend.
I appreciate that.
But now broadcasting roller derby is different than broadcasting wrestling. How is the preparation for you different?
Well, here's the thing. Wrestling is a series of matches, and it's a series of events, and what we're trying to do, and what the story is, and you're trying to help tell the story. So it's a much more laid out thing. I can tell you this, and I think this is why I love it so much. Roller derby is one of the most improvised things I have ever had to do. You have to, and I'm working with a guy that has been in this business for many, many years, and Mouthpiece. He's my partner, and he is very professional, very skilled, knows all the ins and outs. Here I am, just a raving lunatic. And I can't bring the education of the Derby to the people because I'm still learning it myself. So what I'm doing is I am riffing off of him, riffing off what the crowd is doing, and riffing specifically off of what the ladies that are skating are doing. So I have very, very little function other than the fact to say silly, pop culture-y, wacky things and dress up like Deadpool.
And you pulled it off very well. I was there. I was at that bout.
Johngy, I told you then, I'll tell you now, there are many layers to the multiverse, and I just happen to be the Deadpool that enjoys whoppers.
It works for me. But okay, you brought up an interesting thing. Your partner's mouthpiece.
Yes.
There's also Cactus Rack. We know all the women skaters have various names. Why doesn't Steve Ahrendt have a roller derby name?
Well, they tried to give me one, but you know what? I in the world of professional wrestling, I'm just Steve. I'm myself. My character is me. What you see is what you get, whether I'm behind the microphone, general manager, in the ring getting my ass kicked by Aaron Stone. It's just Steve. So, it's worked for me thus far. Maybe at some point someone will give me a snazzy roller derby name, and Mouthpiece tried to give me a name, and it involved the term panty, which is a reference to the helmet sock that they wear to differentiate between the people that are involved in the bout. So I wasn't digging the whole panty thing, and I haven't really come up with anything myself. I mean, I got to be Deadpool last month. I'm not wearing a costume this month, to my knowledge, so we might have to come up with something. But you know what? When you get a nickname, John, you know that it has to be given. It can't be created necessarily. So I'll wait my turn, and someone will coin a phrase at some point. I mean, I dealt with fish sticks for a number of years. I didn't like it, but there it was.
Well, I was trying to think of names. I was using your last name. I was trying to come up with things. I haven't gotten any yet, but now it was a different roller derby league. But somebody years ago tagged me with Belton John.
Belton John.
Belton John.
Belton John. Now, see, I like that.
I do like that.
Call me the Rocket Man.
there you go. No,
see, I could have a lot of fun with Belton John. John, you got something there. Now you're cooking with gas.
I
know. Anybody that doesn't like it, I'll say Johnny sent me.
Oh, sure, blame me, of course.
Belton John. That's magnificent. That's the best thing I've heard today.
Well, today's not over yet.
Yeah. Well, it might be over for me pretty soon.
Well, yeah, me too. Now, so this Saturday night, and I will be there. This Saturday night, we got the championship bout.
The entire year, all the bouts from the entire year, all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears culminate Saturday night at the HF Auditorium. It is the Horrific Haunters versus the Comic Book Crushers. And there's a lot of intrigue. There's a lot of suspicion. I am fairly certain that our referee staff is fairly corrupt. I believe that Marley Quinn might be the kingpin of the entire chicanery that's going on. I think she might have the refs in the pocket.
Wow.
So I'm going to try to blow the roof off the conspiracy, and I am going to try to conduct some interviews in the sin bin. So we're going to try some wacky, zany things in the championship bout. But that's the thing. This is for all the marbles. This is for the magnificent Golden Skate Trophy. It was on display at the last show. You've seen it. It's magnificent. Yep. It's why they do this. They want that title. And listen, I have watched and called professional wrestling for about almost a decade now. And these young ladies are as athletically gifted and powerful and fierce and impactful. And when they hit hard. They're every bit as tough as any wrestling match I have ever seen. Some of the fights get out of hand. It gets crazy. And you can feel the animosity. You can feel the volatile nature of what's going on. And that's what makes it so amazing, because they're skating around a circle at a high rate of speed without a lot of protection. And when the car crash happens, and you never know when it's going to, the collateral damage can be significant. So you might find yourself with a nice lead, and then all of a sudden your blocker gets hurt, and then you lose your lead. It's quite a competition, and I'm used to dealing with pinfalls, and this is points. So now I'm back in my old football and baseball days, and I'm monitoring the scoreboard, and I'm watching. It's amazingly fast paced. It's amazingly fan friendly. And if you're not doing anything this Saturday night, you got to get out to HF. I'm telling you, it's the best kept secret in Homewood. Homewood is famous for Dairy Queen and brick oven pizza at Aurelio's. And, this is one of those things. It's on that level. This is next level entertainment. And, I am trying to spread the word to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I was stunned. I shouldn't have been, but I was stunned by the size of the crowd, but the loudness of the crowd. That gym, or I shouldn't say gym, that auditorium was rocking for the finals, I guess it was. And I can't imagine what it's going to be like for the actual championship bout. I think it's going to be insane. I am definitely going to be there. I have to see the winners.
It's, like I said, you've been to the last one, how it is, and what's at stake here, and you want to see how it ends. It's the season finale. It's the championship. This is it. This is the last show of the year. Whatever happens on Saturday night is the end until 2023. And, they're getting bigger, and they may do things other places, and they've got that bank track that they're interested in incorporating. So, Homewood, you got to take your shot while you can, because the knockouts love Homewood. And if you go to the show, you have to come to Rabid Brewing, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away from the place, for the after party, because, it's like Vegas. What happens at the after party stays at the after party.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if as a reporter, I might have to report some of the things at the after party.
I'm telling you, you should report on the Lycan draft that they have at the Rabid Brew. It is a delight. It is a damn delight of a beverage. Well, I will be enjoying a few of them myself this Saturday night. Rest assured.
Well, strictly for editorial purposes, I'm sure I'd have to do my job properly.
You can't do the job properly unless you're ready to venture out and sample the goods. So come out, sample the goods. I promise you won't be disappointed.
But getting back to the match now, as you've been there all season, you broadcast. Do you have a prediction? Do you have whether you're predicting the winner or what might happen? Do you have any predictions on the match bout? I guess they're called.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to make a prediction, and I'll dance around the topic, and here's why. These ladies are tough, and they are vindictive. And if I put myself out there and say I think Team X is going to beat Team Y, I don't want the repercussions of Team Y. Let me give you an example of this. I had mentioned on social media that I was going to wear a green tie. Well, that feisty Marley Quinn said, if you wear a green tie, no, I'm sorry, that's not correct. Well, yeah, I believe that she said, if you wear a green tie, you're supporting the Haunters and you're an idiot. So at that point, I'm getting attacked for wardrobe choice I haven't even made yet. I was merely speculating that I might wear a green tie. Suddenly, my tie colors. Suddenly, I'm in gangland warfare in L.A. back in '88. Man, I feel like I'm in Boys in the Hood. I can't wear red or blue. I can't wear green now. So you gotta when it gets to the wardrobe choice, and there's a subtle. It wasn't a threat, but it was a subtle reminder to choose wisely. I don't need that kind of heat, man.
Well, Marley seems like such a nice lady. I've interviewed her in the past. I've met her several times.
Man. She okay. First of all, that girl can skate backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
there's no
that's
doubt.
just not natural. That's not natural. And that tells me that there's something supernatural going on there. And I'm not about to get on the wrong side of that, because this would be my third bout. I wish I had been there the entire season. I came to the party late, but I'm glad I'm there. I also don't want to piss anybody off. Not that my loyalties and my my rooting interests are going to piss anybody off, but I'm not taking any chances. I sit right next to the damn sin bin, man. I don't need the violence. Everybody wants to kick my ass anyway.
Well, speaking of that, that Crimson Vixen, she twisted my words.
I saw that interview. I mean, of course, anytime the Crimson one is out there conducting an interview, I want to see it because she's a goddamn delight. Pardon my French. So I was watching the interview, and like always, she radiates what makes the knockouts great. She radiates it. She projects it. Her enthusiasm, her desire, her quest to be excellent. It's infectious. And that's what makes me want to do it, because I feel like I got in on the ground floor of something that is going to be absolutely magical, and it's going to go through the roof when it hits. And I think it's kind of starting to hit now. So I'm happy to be there, but I'm there because they make you feel a certain way. They make you feel like you belong. They make you feel like you're part of a family. And Vixen is public enemy number one. She projects and radiates a certain charisma that is something that I have never seen before. So I'm extremely motivated to do well, so I get to continue to do it. That being said, I heard you making some cracks about maybe I should get a little bit of fisticuffs.
It was taken out of context.
Yeah. Okay. So context. I think Steve should get his butt kicked again. Is where we were going.
Boy, I didn't say butt kick. I wanted her to get you involved in things. I want to see more of Steve.
I don't need to be any more involved than I am sitting behind the commentary desk, calling the action and bringing the fans into it. That's my job. I want to get those fans excited. I want to get those fans to realize that they are seeing something spectacular. I want to bring out their enthusiasm. So that's why we work so hard with the musical chairs at halftime and the scavenger hunts. We want the fan experience to be a thing that they remember how much they enjoyed it and want to come back to the next one. We want to build that brand loyalty by making them feel like they can't miss the next episode. That's the best part about storytelling. And I think that's what the Knockouts do as well as any wrestling company that I've ever been affiliated with. They're great storytellers. Their characters tell stories. The way they do the periods, the way just everything is all about telling a story. And that's my favorite thing. That's why I do what I do. I like to tell stories myself. So it's a natural thing. And, I sit next to that sin bin, John, and, if I get any kind of assault, I'm blaming you directly.
Steve, I'm one of your biggest fans. You know that.
I appreciate that. I know everybody wants to see me beaten up in some form of fashion.
I just wanted to see you involved more. I want to see more of Steve is all.
I think people in many an industry think that they've seen too much of Steve. That's why Steve might be going on hiatus in 2023 for a while. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, this is going to be a great show. It's the championship bout. It's for all the marbles. It's pride. It's passion. It's their dedication to their craft. It's the hours they spend training. It's the hours they spend getting ready. It's the hours they spend practicing. It all comes down to Saturday night at the HF Auditorium. And I think that's what people will see. That's what people will feel, is the fact that they are putting everything that makes them special on the line to win that championship. So I think you are going to see the best of what this product has to offer Saturday night. I'm absolutely certain of it.
Well, I'll be there. I certainly know you'll be there. I see you up on stage doing the broadcast. I appreciate your time. Before I let you go, tell everybody where they can find you elsewhere. I know you got the Power Hour.
Well, the Power Hour will be tomorrow night. We are interviewing Willie the Bomb Richardson, who's being inducted into the CSW Hall of Fame Friday night at the season finale, Chicago, Second City Showdown, Part 2. So we're all looking forward to Friday night in Franklin Park. Willie has been a large figure in my career. He's obviously been a large figure in C. Red's career. So we're all looking forward to Friday night very much. So that's where you'll find me Friday. I got all sorts of things the rest of the year. CTW is coming back at Thanksgiving weekend, as is IPW. Fortunately, I don't think I have to be in the ring at IPW this month. And then in December, we've got Rocket Pro's Christmas Chaos, which is going to be on fire. We've got the big cross-branded show, Chicagoland Championship Wrestling, with Dragon Gate and Wrestle League at the HF Auditorium. So if you like roller derby at the auditorium, come check out that show. You know John Buller doesn't play.
No.
So, you know, I've got plenty of things going on between now and the end of the year. December 18th is my last ride of this calendar year, and our last Power Hour airs on December 20th, and we've got a very special Christmas spectacular plan. So I'm not that hard to find, Johngy. I'm all over the place.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you gave us your time, sir. You're a real Renaissance man. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And I look forward to...
wait, before I go, I have a message.
Sure.
Crimson Vixen, don't listen to John. Don't attack me. Don't come up to the stage in the sin bin and try to do any kind of funny business. Because, you know, like I said, I've got a background in professional wrestling. It's not my first rodeo. So, you know, I might not be receptive to, you know, I just did 8 to 10 with Aaron Stone, and that man shot me like a veal cutlet. So I'm on fire and I'm ready. So there might be some retaliatory strikes.
I'm telling you, you're misinterpreting the whole thing.
I don't think so. I saw the interview, damn it.
I was merely trying to get you more involved because I can't get enough of Steve Ahrendt.
Well, listen, I'm happy to be on your show. I'm happy to rep the jersey. You guys do great work there, and I appreciate the great coverage you do of the things I'm involved with, because I know if you're out there telling everybody that you like it, then it's going to find its way through all of your networks, and you are everywhere, man. Everywhere I turn, anytime I turn around, you are somewhere cool doing some awesome stuff. So, man, keep living that life, because you're doing a fantastic job.
You as well, my friend. With that, I will see you Saturday night, my friend. And
come see those knockouts, baby. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Thank you very much, buddy. I'll see you Saturday.
Best of luck. They're not kicking my ass, man. I'm telling you now, not happening.